Jiu-Jitsu is much more than ground fighting or a sequence of submissions. Its origins date back over 1,000 years, emerging from the martial arts practiced by samurai in feudal Japan. Originally, it was a close combat technique used when weapons were lost or broken in battle. Samurai developed movements that used the opponent's strength against them, utilizing leverage, joint locks, and chokes. What few people know is that Jiu-Jitsu was not only a fighting method, but also a philosophy rooted in discipline, respect, and self-control. When it arrived in Brazil through Mitsuyo Maeda, it found a new home where it would be refined and transformed into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which would go on to conquer the world. One of the most impressive aspects of Jiu-Jitsu is its effectiveness against larger and stronger opponents. That's because the fight doesn't rely on brute strength, but on technique and body mechanics. The basic principle is simple: leverage. By using proper positioning and weight distribution, even a smaller person can neutralize a heavier adversary. This is why Jiu-Jitsu is called the gentle art. Legendary fights like those of Royce Gracie in early UFCs proved this theory when he defeated much larger fighters using nothing but refined Jiu-Jitsu technique. What once seemed impossible became a turning point in how the world viewed martial arts. Did you know it can take more than 10 years to earn a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu? Unlike other martial arts where promotions happen faster, BJJ has a long and rigorous journey. Each belt represents not only technical evolution, but also maturity on the mat. From white to blue, purple, brown, and finally black, each phase demands constant dedication, and even after earning the coveted black belt, there are still degrees and levels that remain challenging. This long path develops a resilient mindset where practitioners understand that learning is endless, and every role is an opportunity to evolve. In Jiu-Jitsu, a simple grip can change the entire course of a match. Grabbing the lapel, sleeve, or pants may seem like minor details, but they contain a complex science. Grips control balance, restrict movement, and create openings for sweeps, passes, and submissions. The difference between a weak grip and a solid one can mean domination or defeat. High-level athletes often spend minutes battling for optimal grips before launching an attack. This attention to detail makes Jiu-Jitsu such a strategic art, where every move has a calculated purpose. The term rolling is common in Jiu-Jitsu vocabulary, and it's not just slang. It refers to sparring sessions where two practitioners simulate real combat, but with control and respect. Rolling develops sensitivity, adaptability, and reading of the opponent. Unlike static technical drills, rolling tests everything learned and allows real-time adjustments. It's during these rolls that techniques come to life and adapt to each practitioner's style. More than just practice fights, rolling is seen as a lab for constant evolution, where humility and growth go hand in hand. Interestingly, Jiu-Jitsu is one of the safest martial arts in terms of serious injuries, despite its aggressive appearance. That's because it's a control-based fight, with no striking involved in regular practice. Most techniques involve immobilizations and submissions that lead the opponent to tap out before injury occurs. The famous tap is the main safety tool on the mat. The culture of respecting training partners is deeply ingrained, creating an environment where intensity and safety go hand in hand, allowing for intense training without compromising health. Another interesting curiosity is how Jiu-Jitsu shapes the mind. Regular practice develops traits like patience, self-control, and decision-making under pressure. Being stuck under a stronger opponent requires calmness that translates into other areas of life. Many practitioners report significant improvements in their ability to handle stress at work, in school, and in relationships. On the mat, the ego is constantly challenged, creating a resilient mindset where every loss is seen as a valuable lesson. The psychological impact of Jiu-Jitsu goes far beyond the fight itself. Did you know that Jiu-Jitsu was a key foundation in the creation of modern MMA? When the UFC was launched in 1993, its goal was to determine which martial art was most effective in a no-rules fight. The dominant performance of Royce Gracie, using only Jiu-Jitsu against boxers, karate fighters, and wrestlers, shocked the world and proved the power of grappling in real situations. The impact was so massive that from that moment on, every MMA gym began including Jiu-Jitsu in their training. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu not only influenced MMA, but became an essential component of every professional fighter's toolkit. There's a strong philosophy in Jiu-Jitsu: survive first, win later. Unlike other sports where offense is the priority, in BJJ effective defense is the first step. Learning to protect yourself, breathe under pressure, and escape bad positions is the foundation for progress. This philosophy builds resilience, teaching practitioners to stay calm even in the worst situations. It is a lesson that goes beyond the mat and applies to life. Before trying to win, you need to endure, adapt, and wait for the right moment. In Jiu-Jitsu, survival is already a strategic victory. Finally, one of the most fascinating things. Jiu-Jitsu has no end. Even masters with decades of practice continue to learn, evolve, and discover new variations of techniques. It's a living art, constantly changing, fueled by the creativity of practitioners around the world. Each academy develops its own styles, adaptations, and innovations. Jiu-Jitsu is like an infinite puzzle, where every piece that fits reveals new possibilities. This dynamic ensures that no practitioner ever truly knows it all. And that's what keeps Jiu-Jitsu forever relevant, challenging, and inspiring to those who choose this path. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell.